Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Trails, Tales and Fails. We're going to be hosting this today with Rob, and we've got something super exciting for you because we're going to be talking about the Centurion Hundred Hills 50k, which is taking place in a week's time on Saturday, March the 15th. So this is a race you won't want to miss, whether you're running it or just following along. It is the first race of the Centurion season, and we've got the latest updates, insights on elite athletes racing, and all the key details to get you ready for the day. So amazingly, Centurion Running has partnered with Precision Hydration, bringing their gels, cheese, and electrolyte drinks to every checkpoint. And as well as that, there will be Tailwind Nutrition and Q Energy as normal. So this is a new partnership. This is all about keeping runners fueled, hydrated, and ready to crush those miles. Additionally, we're going to be talking about the top contenders, both in the men's and the women's fields, from Julia Davis, who holds the South Downs Way 50 record, to Kallum Pritchard, who's been setting course records. There's also some other serious talent in the mix. So whether you're just racing or tuning in to see who takes the crown, this is going to be an exciting episode. Let's get into it and preview this epic race. As always, if you like the pod, please do give us a like and share on socials. Hope you enjoy. Rob, how you doing?
I'm all good, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How's your week been so far?
Oh, well, Max. It's been a bit of a shambles of a week, actually. Yeah, not a good one. Bit of sickness towards the end of the week.
Sorry to hear that, mate.
I know, it's been rubbish. Training's not gone very well. It's been a bit all over the place. I overexerted myself a little bit on Saturday, I think it was. Went out and had an amazing run in the sun. Loads of hills up through Midhurst, and then by about 13 miles in, I realised I had to bail out and walk home the last 2 miles because I was absolutely done in. When your body's telling you to rest, you should probably rest.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're not notoriously good at resting, so
No.
you must have been really poorly if you were in that state of mind.
I know all the things to say, but I won't do anything I say. So I'll generally just try and run through everything.
Yeah.
How about you? How has your week been?
Yeah, not bad. Done quite a bit on the bike this week. Had my MRI on Thursday, get the results of that in a week's time. Went for a couple of, they feel like long runs because I haven't done really any running since the ARC. So that's 6 weeks ago. So yeah, done a very casual 7 miler and an 8 miler today, and feel like I'm new to running. But obviously I know it's in there somewhere. It just needs to be unlocked again. But yeah, week's been okay, mate. So
I love that you can go between MRI scans and doctor's appointments and still knock out a 30-mile bike ride. I feel like if I was actually put into an MRI machine, I would actually feel like it's a little bit more serious than just a niggle.
Yeah, so everybody talks about, not everybody, but MRI, notoriously known for being like quite an unpleasant experience. And I suppose if you've got your head in one of those machines, it probably is quite nasty because it's like quite loud, closed space. But yeah, with just having your leg in there, they said, "Oh, what do you want to listen to?" I was like, "Oh, Radio 2." It was 5:30. I've been on residential, so I've been away for the majority of the week with 30 kids. And yeah, mate, to be honest, couldn't stay awake. Kept on dozing off. About half an hour in the MRI room, and I just couldn't keep my eyes open. Yeah, so I had like half an hour power nap essentially.
That's such a parent thing to say as well. Yeah, just a half an hour power nap in the MRI machine.
Yeah, I mean, like you got to take the wins where you can, right? So we are here to talk about a race which is coming up, a race which you are running. So on my list of things is to talk about calendar for the next few weeks, and you are running the 100 Hills with we know somebody else doing it, don't we? Shout out to Ben Potts.
I didn't know Ben Potts was doing it.
Oh, mate, you didn't know Pottsy was doing it?
Honestly, the guy is the sneakiest person. Honestly, I don't know how to say how sneaky he is and keep it PC for the podcast. Ridiculous.
I actually now feel really awkward, so I may well have to cut this out.
I don't think you do. He does this all the time. Also, that was a very suave way of telling me that you're not doing it.
Yeah, that's up for debate. We'll see what happens. So, how do you feel about the race going into it? You obviously had a good block of arc training, although you weren't running the arc. So yeah, I'm guessing you're in quite good shape.
Yeah, my art training went well, so yeah, we'll keep hold of that for next year. I'm quite nervous about it actually. Yeah, a lot of people. We had Ricky win on the last episode, and he brought up I can't remember the name of it now, another run that was a 50k, and I believe he said it was 4,500 feet of elevation. And he said that was tough.
Dartmoor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm quite concerned about this one, and obviously looking at some of the times that some of the professional runners are getting, I think my initial thoughts on it are wrong, and now I'm a little bit nervous, and I'm doing that thing where I just want to say, oh yeah, just take it easy, just in case it all goes pear-shaped. Then I can just blag that I was taking it easy the whole time. Unless you look at my splits, he flew out the gates and then totally blew up after 10 miles.
Yeah, you won't blow up after 10 miles, mate. You'll smash it. So, Rob, I know how important nutrition is to you during the race. I know that you meticulously plan it. So I don't know if you've seen on Instagram that Centurion have got a new race partnership with Precision Hydration. Have you seen that?
I have seen some bits and pieces on Instagram.
That's exciting. Do you think it will help you be more responsible with your race fueling?
Well, as an only child, I'm very concerned about my intake with products and things. I'm good with Tailwind, and that's thanks to Centurion as well. So if they didn't have it in the aid stations, then I would have never have discovered Tailwind, and probably wouldn't have got around any of the 100 milers that I've done through lack of nutrition. So yeah, I might have a little go with the Precision Hydration for this run, and see how it goes. But I will have a couple of packs of Fizzy Fangs on me as well,
of course,
obviously. And I'm going to have to tell myself to stop at some of the aid stations, because I'm an absolute sod for thinking 50Ks are just sort of this feels like quite a tough run, and but in my head, it's one that I think maybe I could just blast it around without stopping at an aid station.
Well, I wouldn't suggest not stopping at any aid stations.
No. See, this is what I mean. I'm very scatterbrained about this race. I don't really know how to approach it. Any advice?
Yeah, mate, we can certainly have a chat about it. But yeah, I would definitely not recommend not stopping at any of the aid stations.
What's Ben Potts's approach, as you seem to be in depth?
Oh, mate, you're trying to make me feel awkward now. What's Potsy's approach? I don't know. Should we ask him?
You always know. The thing is, he'll suddenly pop up on Strava with a ton of races, and it's always the same old, couldn't possibly go for a run with anyone, because he knows he'll let it slip. Because he's a chatter, he's a gossip. He'll let all of his races slip if you go on a run with him. So when he goes for a long run and he doesn't invite anybody, or he won't go on a long run with anyone else, then you know he's got something coming up.
Yeah, well, he did 18 miles yesterday.
Exactly.
But he normally sets his Strava to private when he's got something big coming up. And I'm convinced that he thinks I am some sort of stalker serial killer, because whenever I say, just happens to be scrolling through the entry list for such and such a race, guess whose name I found? Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I think he thinks I'm unhinged. Which, to be fair, he could be right.
You did find my name on there. I didn't tell anyone when I signed up, and you found my name on there in less than 24 hours. And there was no link to, maybe he's signing up today. I didn't tell anyone. I just signed up.
Yeah, but to be fair, on that example, Sarah had said to me, Rob's signing up to the 100 Hills today.
I didn't even tell Sarah. How did she know?
I don't know. Maybe she's just as crazy as I am. Anyway, so going back to the Precision Hydration partnership, I think it'd be great. It's just another layer of support alongside the existing nutrition partners. I've seen on the Centurion community, people have been saying, will Tailwinds still be available? My understanding from what they posted is yes, Tailwind will still be available, as well as the Goo energy gels. So yeah, it's going to be great. So yeah, Rob, if you don't smash your nutrition, then I want to know why. So let's talk about the race spec. So it's happening Saturday, 15th of March at 9 a.m. It is 50Ks, which is just over 31 miles. It is 31 miles. And as you said, Rob, the elevation is roughly 4,000 feet. Centurion are always fairly generous with their cutoff times. There's a time limit of 9 hours. And I should think, looking at the long range forecast, it's supposed to be pretty dry for the next week. So that should make things more favourable for runners as well. Start and finish location is Stoner Park, and it is a 2-loop format. Have you studied the course at all, Rob?
I've had a quick look at it, and there are definitely 2 loops. So that's good.
There are definitely 2 loops. You mean you've had a quick look at it, you downloaded the GPX?
I don't know how to download GPXs, so I'm hoping the course is as well marked out as the other Centurion races, because I won't have it on my watch unless you do it for me.
Mate, I'll happily do it for you. So, Rob, there's 5 aid stations. You thought about which ones you're going to stop at?
This is good. Well, one is 6 miles in. Let me talk you through my process. So 6 miles in, I'll probably be thinking at this point that I don't need to stop at this one. But I did this on the North Downs Way, and I did actually take about maybe 4-minute stop at the first aid station, which I think really helped. So I might force myself to stop there. 11 miles again for me. I'm going to be thinking I want to get a shifty on here. So I don't know if I'll stop at that one, but I will also be carrying water, fizzy fangs, I reckon. And then, yeah, the remaining 3 at, what is that? You actually go back to the start?
Yeah.
I've studied this course.
You have now.
Yeah. So you actually do. Right. So it actually loops back to the start. So that's a bit demoralizing, I think, isn't it? Do you think?
I don't know. Well,
I think if you go back to the finish line and then you have to whiz out again.
Yeah, but mate, you did the Autumn 100 and that goes back to the start.
That was demoralising.
Three times.
That was horrible. I hated that. So yeah, we'll have to see. I think maybe I will have to stop there then. And just take it in. And then I guess after that it's just a casual loop around the final section. So I'll just stop how I go. At that point I'll have blown up and it will just be a fun run for me. So
yeah, mate, just see how you go. You can play it by ear.
What's your game plan, Max?
My game plan is I don't have a game plan.
You're just going to turn up and just wing it.
I don't even know if I'm going to turn up. If I do run it, which is a big question mark, it will just be to have a fun run.
Yeah, I think. Well, all right. To be sensible, I don't think you should run it. I think it would be good if you ran it because I think it would be amazing to get you round. But considering you've had to sit in an MRI machine and you've got an appointment with a consultant, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, and for you to say probably not a good idea actually means it really isn't a good idea. So I think that's probably where things are going to go, unless, of course, on Thursday.
Are you still actually considering it?
I don't know. We'll see. I can be very indecisive. My head says absolutely no way. And my heart's like, oh, but what if I have like some sort of magical healing process on Friday night and I wake up on Saturday and I don't get troubled? But yeah, I think probably no.
Ben Potts is running it.
He is running it. Yeah, he is. I'm in so much trouble. It's really quite awkward. Right, so Rob, do you want to talk about the women's field? What I like about the Centurion Race Reviews, and a lot of this information has come from Centurion Race Review, and then we've or the race preview, I should say, and then I've sort of like looked into some of the runners. I've added a little bit more. So yeah, I mean, I guess in some ways they've done some of the legwork, but I do like the fact that they always reference the women's field first because they're all about inclusion and boosting women participation. Should we just pick out sort of the top 4 or 5 and then see how we go from there time wise?
Let's go for it.
Okay, so who's up first, Rob?
Julia Davis. Yep.
Anything else you want to add to that?
So an accomplished athlete, notable achievements including ultra running. She set the course record at the South Downs Way, which is impressive, in 2018. 6 hours and 54 minutes.
Yeah, the 50, not the 100.
That's did I say the 100?
No, you just said the South Downs Way.
Oh, did I? Well, the 50. That's still a good time. That'd be a very good time for the 100. And then what else have we got? Second at Arc of Attrition, the 50-mile race, which was a remarkable feat. Just over a year after giving birth as well. I don't think I could give birth, and I don't think
I hope not.
Well, maybe one day. It's all about inclusion these days. So second place as well on Arc of Attrition is very impressive. Additionally, Julia placed third at the
Kallum.
There you go, 100k by UTMB in November 2023, and fourth at the Mozart 100 by UTMB, 81-kilometer race. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, she is a super impressive runner. And for those people who haven't heard, Centurion did do an interview with Julia. My understanding is, I just want to make sure I get this correct, she has just joined or recently joined Centurion on the coaching team. So yeah, there is on Spotify quite an insightful interview with her on the Centurion podcast. So yeah, I think reading up, she's a 50-50 as to whether or not she's going to run it, but certainly she does look like the standout athlete in the field at the moment. So
who's up next, Max?
Oh, shall I do Amy Sarkis?
Yeah.
So Amy has an impressive ultra running resume, including first place at the Shires and Spas Ultra 35-mile race in 2021 with a time of 4 hours and 54 minutes, which is a pretty decent time for a 35-mile race. That was enough to get her the women's course records, and she's also represented Great Britain at the IAU 100k World Championships in August 22, finishing in 7 hours and 55 minutes.
That's nuts.
That's nuts. Yeah, that is nuts.
I haven't got much to say about that. It's just a ridiculous time.
In June 23, she secured the top female spot at the Lady Bower Reservoir Half Marathon. So yeah, clearly another really decent runner. And what I always find is that these are very interesting stats. But ultimately, a lot of these do date back several years. And what's so interesting is when you start tracking people on the day, you really get a sense as to like who the informed runner is. So I'm sure she will be there or thereabouts. Do you want to move on to Rebecca Ash?
Yeah, Rebecca Ash achieved 7th place at the 100 Hills 50k in 2024. She also triumphed at the Robin Hood 100 and earned a top 3 position at the Wendover Woods 50, which I've heard is another tough 50. Her recent results include a solid performance at the North Chiltern 50k in 2023, where she finished 3rd female. So that's another person that's going to finish ahead of me on Saturday.
No, come on, mate. If you use those precision gels.
Oh, yeah.
The Wendover Woods 50 does sound quite tough mentally as well as physically. That's one I'd quite like to do.
Yeah, I'd like to have a go at that. But yeah, everyone I've spoken to have said it is a tough race.
So Carla Borland finished 3rd at the 2023 Anglo-Celtic Plate 100k and placed 3rd again at the Country to Capital race. She is the past winner of the Wheel Challenge and the Brecon Beacons 50k, which I think is the one that Ricky's just done, isn't it? Brecon Beacons 50k.
Yes. I want to say yes.
So she has also competed in several other prestigious events, including the Race to the King and the Thames Trots. Okay. Should we do one more, Rob?
Okay. You've twisted my ankle.
We could do more than one if you want.
We could. Well, how many? Give me a number.
Camilla Mitchell.
Okay, Camilla Mitchell, known for her consistent top 5 finishes in various ultras. Camilla's accolades include a 2nd place finish at Race to the Stones, and 1st place finishes at both Ultra X Spring Trail Series and the Amersham Ultra. So yeah, a lot of people doing Race to the Stones and Race to the King.
Yeah, super popular. And Ultra X Spring Trail Series. I'm surprised you've not done one of the Ultra
I've
X.
not. No, I know that you guys are big fans.
No, I have no opinion on Ultra X. I've done 50k. Sarah's done a couple, but the Spring Series is obviously.
Is that the one that goes around here?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Hazlemere Rugby Club. And then it covers quite a lot of the Serpent Trail. So
yeah,
if you've done the Serpent Trail, you really need to do it.
Exactly. Food for thought.
Okay, so Amy Soul, the 2023 Grand Slam 50-mile champion. You ever thought about doing the Centurion Grand Slam, Rob?
I have. I tried to do what's the online thing, the 1,000 miles.
Oh, so that's the one slam.
Yeah. You have to do that too?
No. The one slam is the virtual over.
Yeah, you don't need to do
10
that
weeks.
as well as all the other races.
So the Grand Slam is like signing up to all the 50 milers or all the 100 milers. Yeah.
What do you get? That's the question. I need to know what you get for it because it has to be worth being killed by my partner.
Yeah. Is anything really worth that?
It depends what it is, doesn't it? I mean, the buckles are quite.
I mean, I think you get a fair amount of kudos for doing well in, because like the hundreds, I mean, you've got like Thames Path, then you've got South Downs Way, closely followed by North Downs Way, reasonably closely followed by the Autumn 100. So you've got like, obviously,
it's all in 1 year as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you think about it, it's like, what's the Thames Path is like May time, May, June, July, August, September, October. So it's like 6 months. So like 400 milers in 6 months?
Yeah.
Which is pretty big ask.
It's big. I think it's doable. But
You had it here first. Rob signing up to the Grand Slam next year.
It's definitely doable. It's the A100 looming, and that's the last one, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one. I'd be halfway through every ultra just thinking that bad boy's coming up again.
Or you could just do the 50 miler and, recover.
We could do, but the thing is, Kate's going to kill me whether it's the 50s or the 100s. So I might as well just do the 100s and wing it and see if we survive the year.
Oh, poor Kate. Does she listen?
She probably will. She'll probably kill me just for this. She's a very loving partner, just for anyone that actually. She will kill me.
Anything else you want to say to Kate to make her feel special on the podcast in case she listens?
On the podcast, while we're talking about all these other amazing women, can I think of anything to say about
International Women's Day yesterday, Rob?
Was it?
Do you want to say something amazing about your partner?
Kate's a fantastic mother and a very supportive partner of an ultra runner who trains too much, is too tired all the time, and doesn't put anyone else's needs before his own.
Yes.
Is that good enough?
Yes. Can Rob do the Grand Slam in 2026?
Don't forget, it's your 40th this year. You can do whatever you want if I can do the Grand Slam next year.
Oh, so back to Amy. She secured a podium finish at the North Downs Way 50 and achieved a top 10 place in all 4 events of the 50-mile Grand Slam in 2023. She also placed second at the Arc 50 in 2022 and has won the Black Rat. So quite a few runners doing the Arc 50 as well. Okay, Rob, let's move on to the men's field.
Yeah, so here we've got a handful of people that will also be finishing ahead of me.
Oh, Rob, come on, let's not. Don't put yourself down so much.
Max, stop trying to butter me up.
Right, so Kallum Pritchard secured second place at the 100 Hills in 2024. Probably not his best race, that coming second. There wasn't anybody super competitive who finished first from what I can remember last year.
I don't know. I'm reading a lot of these results.
Can you not remember who ran it last year?
Who ran it last year?
We were talking about it before.
Oh, Mark Derbyshire ran last year. Did he?
Yeah. I mean,
he's beatable, isn't he?
Oh my God.
If Derbyshire was running this year, I'd fancy myself.
Okay. Mark, if you get in contact with James, I'm sure he'd be able to get you an entry and you can put this conversation to bed.
Oh my God. I'll go out. Trying to beat Mark Derbyshire.
Mate, he's running the South Downs Way 100.
Is he?
Yeah. So here we go.
I'll take him there. It's fine.
You would take him there. Yeah, he is running the 100. I forgot that. Yeah, Kallum finished second to Mark last
How do you know these
year.
things? You are a stalker.
Yeah, I am a stalker. Mate, honestly, I've got nothing better to do with my time. That's why I'm always getting nagged for being productive. So following that, he won the Thames Path 100, which I volunteered at last year with Sarah. And yeah, he ran an absolutely epic race. He also won the Manchester to Liverpool 50, completing the Manchester to Liverpool 50 in 5 hours and 39 minutes, mate, for a 50 miler. 5 hours, 39 minutes.
That is very impressive.
That is impressive.
Try to link it to my times and things I've done. Obviously, you know, I'm about to step up the pace a little bit, taking on Mark Derbyshire apparently. But yeah, matching these times up with mine, it does make me wonder how the hell people are running these so fast.
Yeah. So he also set a course record of 4:45 out of the country's capital, surpassing a record that had stood since 2014. Shall we move on to Joseph Turner?
Joseph Turner, Team GB 100-kilometer runner with a PB of 6:35.
Disgusting.
That is disgusting, isn't it? Because Serpent Trail is quite a flat 100k, and I was nowhere near that.
Don't think that happened at the Serpent, mate.
No, I know it didn't, but I'm just matching up the 100k's that I've done.
I mean, that's going to be a track one, isn't it?
Probably, but
Team
still.
GB, I mean, still, that's
insane. Because Serpent's fairly flat, and I don't think I could have gone any faster. You stick me on a track, I'm still doing 11 hours.
I don't know what the record is at the Serpent. 9 hours something?
Probably. I don't know. Represented Great Britain and India in December 2024.
Recent.
That is recent. He has claimed victories at races like Wendover Woods Nights 50 kilometre, the Maverick Jurassic Ultra 50k, the Ultra X Summer Trail Series 50k. In 2023, Joseph finished the Cat 100 by UTMB in 13 hours, 30 minutes and 38 seconds, placing 26th overall and 24th in his category, which is very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, you go to like UTMB Cat, I'd imagine is an extremely competitive field with lots of Europeans with, high indexes, all going like hammer and tongs at each other, ripping it up. So yeah, I think that'll be a good matchup between those two by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Clearly, they both look like they are in form runners. So that will be great to watch if I'm not running it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be miles out ahead of them, so I won't see any of it.
So Jose Rodriguez set a course record at the 2023 North Downs Way 50. Finished fourth at the 2022 South Downs Way 100. And in 2024, he covered 144k in 12 hours.
I don't. How are people doing this?
Yeah, 144k in 12 hours. How many k is that an hour? That's like, let me just get my little calculator out because my little math brain's not working. 144 divided by 12. That's a consistent 12k an hour. Yeah.
It's you know when you first start doing this sort of thing.
Oh my gosh, 144, 12 times 12, 144. What am I thinking?
I don't have a maths brain, so anyway, whatever you just said. What are you thinking?
Well, I teach it, so
do you? Brilliant. I do engineering, which has got nothing to do with maths, famously.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gee, get your boilers checked, people.
Yeah. So he also came first place at the 2024 Epping Forest 50 with a time of 3:31 for 50k.
In a forest.
Although is Epping Forest all forest?
I've been to Epping Forest once.
Yeah.
And there was a big field and a big hill, and there was a lot of forest I could see in the background. But does this race go through that forest? Still a good time, even if it was just in the pub that I went to.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't really know Epping very well, so I'm sure that's a good time.
Yeah,
for that race.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
He was also the top finisher at the 2023 Centurion North Downs Away 50. So, Patrick Whiteman.
Patrick established a new North Downs Way 50 course record last year, finishing in 6 hours and 31, which again is incredible. And I know that trail, so that's a good time for that. And he's completed the race 3 times, improving to second place in 2023 before his record-breaking run last year. So that, yeah, I wonder if that. I've not done the 50. Is that the section that goes over a lot of that'll be the second half of the race, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that's really tough trails actually on that second half.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You've got all the steps, haven't you?
Yeah.
What's that section called again?
I can't remember the name of that section. It's after the where's the bridge? The massive bridge. I can't think what it's called now.
Yeah, I had an absolute mind blank. Yeah, I think
after that it becomes an absolute nightmare. I got lost there.
Detling steps.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a very good time. So these again are extraordinarily competitive.
Yeah, I mean,
50 seem to be really competitive.
Yeah, and looking at it as well, there seems to be a lot of people over the last 2 or 3 years who've been breaking the course records on courses which are like 10 years old. So yeah, other notable contenders. Nick Berry, Rob. Have you had any run-ins with Nick Berry?
I don't think so. You've said it like I should have.
So he's winner of the Serpent Trail. Did he not run it the same year as you?
He may have done. I remember back then I wasn't quite as good as I am now, so I'd have been. I think I finished 11th on the Serpent Trail. I think I said 11 hours earlier on, and I think what it was I was 11th, and I can't remember my time. But I know the front runners were absolutely miles ahead of me, so it's quite a large spread between sort of first and 20th.
Yeah, Phil was like,
that was the year Phil had a full on. He nearly had to pull out. He had to have a lay. So he was ahead of me. He had to have a lay down for about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Phoned up his partner who drove out to help him.
This is a running friend,
and still finished ahead of me.
Yeah, what did he do with that in? I mean, yeah, Phil Avery Serpent. I'm getting lots of necklaces come up. A bit strange. Phil Avery finished in. How far ahead of you was Phil? 10:36, 4th place.
Oh, yeah. So maybe mine was around 11.
Nick Berry first, 9 hours.
9 hours, yeah. So Nick Berry's obviously very good.
Nick Berry has obviously got good running pedigree.
Yeah. I wonder how Nick Berry got on with the signage at Serpent Trail.
I'm judging from his time. I'm
probably
guessing he got it quite well.
He's probably done well there.
And then we've got Will Burrard-Lucas with a marathon personal best of 2:37.
Ooh.
That's not messing around either, is it?
No, that's a strong time. I still maintain that one of the hardest things I've ever done was getting the sub 3 hour marathon, and that was only just by about 19 seconds. So getting less than that, I don't know how people do it. I just mentally, my mind just can't handle it.
Well, you are, you're a very, very stubborn individual, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the only reason I got the sub 3 was just, I got to the end and I am not doing this again. So had to happen.
So we do James Wetman last of all.
Yeah.
Winner of the Serpent Trail in 2022, which was the year before you did it. First place in 10 hours and 5th place finisher at the 100 Hills 50k in 24.
So I think that goes to show how competitive the 100 Hills is.
Yeah, super competitive. I'm just trying to see who else ran that race. So Mark Derbyshire, Kallum Pritchard, Alistair Courtney. So Mark Derbyshire's time was 3 hours 57.
Yeah. Which for a 50k, it must be a tough course. I've said it several times, but it must be a real tough course.
Kallum only finishing 5 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Which is an impressive run. Jamie Pugh, 6th Centurion coach. Also does a lot of podcasts with Robbie Britton. He's obviously not running it this year. But yeah, anyway, I digress.
So yeah, I might just take it easy then. Let these boys take the lead.
Yeah.
Put my feet up a little bit.
We'll see. Maybe you could just run around with Potsy.
Yeah, I could do. I reckon Potsy's going to blow up. He's going to go for it this year, isn't he? He'll be straight out the gates. 20th? Do you reckon 20th?
What, Ben Potts?
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. I don't want to. I already feel like I'm in his bad books. So I don't want to start putting him under any unnecessary pressure.
Well, you're under a bit more pressure than he is. Yeah.
So what's your plan then, Rob? Are you going to get there in plenty of time on the day, or are you going to oversleep, or oversleep?
I might oversleep. I saw, so it's a 9 o'clock start. Usually get there an hour early, so about an hour and a bit to drive there. If you're not doing it, I've lost my alarm, so now I'm going to have to be self-managing. So should be fine. I reckon we'll be okay. I like getting there with a little bit of time. Parking will be an issue, as always. These are the bigger problems. Racing is fine. It's just getting there, parking, figuring things out.
The administration around it.
Yeah, I'm useless as all this. I was thinking earlier on, actually, this is sort of the thing holding me back from like a lot of these people have got these accomplishments, all these races that they've done. Some of them I haven't even heard of, but they require so much more admin. It's just beyond me. I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, the bigger the race, the bigger the admin. Like, can you imagine the admin for the spine?
But this is the only, again, I'd be up for the spine one day, but the amount of kit you've got to carry and the amount of stuff you need to be prepared with, it's just, I'll forget something. And I'm not going to say I'll die because the people running the course are obviously that good, but they will just take one look at me and say, oh.
Yeah.
It'd be like the kid on the trampoline with the shoes still on. Just get off.
Oh, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. Do you not think, though, that if you were to step up to something like that, like fight or flight would kick in and you'd be like, oh my God, no, I have to get this right. Otherwise, it's just like the entry fee just down the pan.
Yeah, I was quite stressed for UTS, trying to get all my kit together, but then it wasn't very much like it was like the tale of the swim serpentine. It was just whiz down Argos and get anything you can at the time.
12-year-old wetsuit.
Yeah. So yeah, I think for UTS it was was it duathlon? Decathlon? What's the shop? Decathlon. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. So I went down there, and yeah, pretty much all my kit came from there. So I didn't get any sort of specialist equipment. My poles were good, but they only lasted for one day. So they've fallen apart.
No.
But they were supposed to be quite good. But then again, this is where my admin falls down because I probably could have sent them back under warranty, and I never did.
Oh, 100% you could have sent those back under warranty.
So now they're duct taped together. Here's another question. Do I need poles for 100 Hills?
No.
You not think?
No.
If Derbyshire turns up with poles.
Derbyshire's not running it.
What if he turns
Unless
up
James has a word.
Yeah.
Nugent's challenge you to a duel. Get yourself down here. Shut him up.
He'll send me a text on Instagram when he'll be like, I'm taking poles, Nuge. I'll turn out like an idiot.
Mate, he didn't run UTMB with poles, so I don't think...
Did he not?
What was it? What did he do? Did he do CCC? But yeah, he didn't do one of the UTMB races with poles. And on his Insta post, he was like, lesson learned, probably need to think about poles for some of those serious mountain races. So I don't think he'd run 100 Hills with poles.
He's definitely going to turn up with poles, isn't he?
Ben Potts going to take poles.
I don't know. I think he's going to surprise everyone. I think he's going to turn up in a pair of speed goats.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly not.
I think he'll turn up in a pair of speed goats, his UTMB's finisher Gile, and some... Just some bog standard carry more poles.
Nah, he'll turn up with his La Sportivas.
Do you think? Oh.
Yeah, I reckon he's got about 15 pairs. He just bulk buys them, because he loves them so much that if he ever ran out, he just wouldn't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll take like 10 pairs, and that will last me for like 5 years.
So I need to keep an eye on the stock price. You can...
they go up when Ben Potts purchases a bulk load of trainers.
When
shares
he's got an order
through
in,
the roof.
That's it. They go flying through the roof.
Market manipulation. I feel like we've got to stop on Ben now because I'm worried that this might damage any potential friendship.
Oh, he'll be fine. He knew what this was.
Right, mate. I think we can sort of come to the end of this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we've covered that. I'm a little bit more relaxed about it now. Now I know where the checkpoints are.
You know how far apart they are?
Yeah. So I'm still not sure I'll stop at the second one. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. It'll be an exciting day. There's lots of big names running.
Kickstart the season.
Yeah, so I'll be there on my Instagram page, being like, photo, just
Yeah.
trying to be relevant.
Blink 182 background track.
Oh yeah, got to go with the 2003 track. The glory days.
Glory days.
Definitely.
Okay, mate. Will she wrap things up?
Yeah, let's wrap things up.
Oh, mate, I look forward to tracking you at the 100 Hills next week. And
You're definitely not doing it.
Probably not. Anyway, good luck, everybody, and have a good one. See you later.
Yeah, good luck to me. Good luck to Ben. See you over there.
Good luck to Mark.
He's going to kill me.
All right, take care.